Okay, so I'm basically reviewing this video of someone ranting about legacies. It's not really like me showing all of what they're saying, just some moments, and I'm just gonna like comment on some of the things they mentioned. Some of it may not even be like truly like full discussions of what they even are saying in like these little spots that happen. Like the season recap, I'm not completely gonna talk about it. I'm gonna talk about like some parts of it, just not like completely my whole idea of it. So yeah.
The Monster of the Week format.
With the Monster of the Week format
introduces some new mythical creature that had never been seen or heard of before in this universe. Season 2, basically the same thing except a few new additions. For a while, no one remembered Hope. Josie became Dark Josie, and more characters were unfairly being dropped left and right. Season 3 picks
oh my gosh,
up
okay. So season 2, I thought that the whole plot line with Hope being forgotten was really good. I thought that Dark Josie was also really good. A little bit like they could have done more with it, but I thought that was low-key good as well. But I feel like they didn't show it. It was more kiddie. It was in a kiddie fashion the way they showed like Josie going dark. Her eyes are blackened over. I wanted it to be more subtle. She didn't have all the lines over her face. I wanted it to be something like it only comes out when she was alone or when she didn't suspect anybody was around. It's like she used magic to hide the dark shit all over her. But then that would have been kind of like contradicting the originals when Hope was like having Inadu inside of her, the hollow inside of her, and it was showing through those black lines and stuff like that. So yeah, I understand why they didn't make Josie look completely different or make it more subtle. Them dropping characters left and right. I gotta talk about Raphael ass. They killed this motherfucker. They killed him and then said, no, he not actually dead. He's still alive. He's still alive. He in prison world. So he not actually dead, but he's not actually alive either. He can't really come back to the present because he was dying during, not present, the real world, because he was dying in the real world. So if he comes back to the real world, he's probably going to die. But they didn't explain it like that. They didn't explain it like, oh, if he gets out of the prison world, he will die because we ain't find no cure for it. It's like, it kind of like got swept over. Like, oh, he's safe. He's okay. He's with his parents. He doesn't really need to come back to the real world. He's a whole character, though. He has friends. His brother is still alive in the world. Even if it's not his, blood-related brother, this dude was with this man for a while. And we just gonna let him be off with his parents, His mom, who he did not know, honestly, left him. And his father, who he also didn't fucking know. So it's you get to experience time with them, but bro, why did they even end him off? What would have been great for a storyline? I wanted it to be where it showed him and his girlfriend more. Or for his girlfriend to have a proper burial. Where he buried her and said the things, how their life was together. Or just, they could have kept her alive, really. And then she finds out he's a werewolf and she's taking it kind of hard. She's not necessarily, what's weird is that she's not afraid of him. She's just afraid of what he's probably done as a werewolf. So it kind of puts her away, and then that's when Raphael thinks it's over. Then he kind of realizes he has a thing for Hope, but then his girlfriend comes back and stuff like that, and he has to save her from some random monster. And then he sees and remembers all the things that he liked about her, his girlfriend. He remembers it all, and it's just this is why I'm in love with her. I would have loved something like that. It didn't even have to be a romance plotline. They literally made this dude related to fucking King Arthur, gave him a sword, and then still said, oh, we're gonna kill him. What? Bro.
Still more prison world nonsense. Landon and Hope did the deed and
resolved. Oh my gosh, season 3.
The start of season-long back and forth on bringing Landon back.
So, season 3, Hope and Landon doing the deed. It never occurred to me that this was a moment that actually did happen. I was not crazy. I thought it was insane. I'm cursing a lot, I'm sorry. I thought it was insane for remembering this. I thought she literally lost her virginity to this dude. Unless she lost it in the originals, I don't remember. But she lost her virginity to this dude, and I'm going to assume that Landon lost his virginity to her. But that was not Landon, that was Malivore. Or he was sinking into a puddle, I don't know. But we forget Season 4 makes you forget some of the most important things. I forgot how Hope was the other 3 seasons because that's how potent her acting was as No Humanity Hope. And she did really well. But my ass forgot, like, how she was in general. Like, it was a breath of fresh air to see how she was again. Because it's like, we literally lost Hope. Like, we literally lost Hope. I didn't even realize I did that. But yeah, Prison World nonsense. Should have scrapped it. I hate it when they brought it back in general. I mean, that one episode where it was those 3, the vampire, werewolf, and the witch, they were all out of control. That was a good episode, but they brought back Kai Parker, his fine self. His fine self. But the issue is, it was a good episode in that it was nice to see how the principal was of the school. Alistair? Oh my gosh, I forgot his name. I forgot how to say his name. Oh my gosh. Lizzie and Josie's father, how he was. It's a reminder he's still untrusting of, like, even the people there. Like, you can tell he really made the school for only really his daughters. He didn't really make it for nobody else, like, talking with. So yeah, you can tell, but he was nice enough to expand it to there. But he really only made it for them because he don't really trust none of them other kids, like, talking with, not as much. So yeah, there's a plot line in I think season 3 that shows he really does not trust them. So, like, none of the supernatural kids except for his children, and that's it. Like, you can tell he really only trusts his kids.
To activate her vampire side and fully become a tribid, and with this we finally concluded the 3-season-long Malivore battle. And
right?
Season 4, well, that's when she finally got real, and then it ended. Like, just ended.
Literally. Okay, that's some, like, burning away flame and stuff like that. Oh my gosh, an ad's about to come on. Yes, that's when everything had gotten real, season 4. But I'm not gonna lie, I loved season 3. Season 3 was genuinely really good to me. Like, cause you could tell it was a different speed. You could tell it was really not really made for the other audience. Like, Vampire Diaries, it was taken in high school, but it felt more angsty teen, like, angsty older teen type way. The originals felt like it could be for any party, but mainly for older people, and it was like, I kind of liked it a bit more, the energy with the originals, but I like this one even more because we see Hope in a better light. She's a traumatized 18-year-old girl who's lived most of her life with everything wanting her dead. Like, damn near everything. Before she was even born, people wanted her fucking dead. So it's like, it's understandable her having no humanity is a good arc, but it is such a powerful arc. It really makes you forget how Hope used to be. Like, it made me forget completely. It was like kind of unnerving. Like, it's terrifying. I was just like, damn, I really forgot how this girl is. So I was just like, damn, is this how Hope used to be like? That's refreshing, because you lose so much as you go through these seasons. You lose so many characters. You lost Penelope season 1. We lost Raphael, season 2 through season 3 and shit like that. We even lose Landon, the main love interest. We lose Landon, bro. Dude died and some shit like that because his daddy ain't shit. So it's like, bro, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I'm cursing so much through this, but this is just me talking for real. This is my rant. My rant to this thing. I would make my own video to it, but that's a lot to write down. I'm just responding to another person's video because why not? I'm going to respond to probably either the whole or part of it.
It's a spin-off, which means that there's no way to escape the comparisons, and it's easy to disappoint fans with a spin-off because the expectations from fans that already know a universe is always higher than when the fans have no idea what they're about to watch.
Yes! Also, oh my gosh, I love NG and K-Love. They were the best parts. See, that's probably why I liked the first 3 seasons so well, is because they were in it. Like, they were too good in it. I actually really enjoyed their relationship very much. They were real cool. They're like actual brothers and stuff. But yes, it's a spin-off, and the amount of people that hate it just because it's nothing like Vampire Diaries and the originals is astonishing to me. I actually like the fact that it's very different. Now, did I hit the monster every week? Yes, I did. In that I wanted mainly like only a few monsters, like monsters that actually contribute to the story. I hate the Necromancer. I'm not even gonna lie. He's like the most recurring villain, and I hate him. I do not like that man at all. I feel like Anadu had more substance. Anadu, the hollow, the literal person who feels nothing, had more substance to it. And even her, she needed some work and stuff like that. Like, you know, she literally feels nothing. But I feel like if they had like a storyline where it shows she's not really that emotionless and stuff like that, she feels so much that it seems like she is emotionless. I would have liked in the originals if they had a moment where Inadu basically is mainly trying to kill Haley and Hope the most and wants to torture them because it reminds her of the relationship that she never got with her own mother. Like, that would have been cool. But then how is she known as the Hollow if she feels this? Like, you know, she wouldn't really be Hollow, right? Right. But I feel like Inadu had more substance somehow than fucking Necromancer. Like, ugh. I hated that he kept coming back. He's the reason Raphael's dead. Like, bro, I don't like this man. I don't like this man at all. And them, like, making Necromancer human and having to live again only for him to become Necromancer once again and have, like, his own sidekick, and then his sidekick actually was writing for him. And he actually really was fond of his sidekick. That would have been a great story arc to have. But no, let's just bring back Necromancer and have him be a horrible person all over again. It would have been good to be a storyline where he tries to relapse, but then he realizes there's a person worth, like, being better for. That would have been his sidekick. I think his name was Chad. But it would have been good if they made a storyline like that, like have Necromancer have someone worth being better for. Like, bro, they didn't do that, and it irritates me. And the only reason he becomes Necromancer again is to help the main trio, but it kind of ruins him. But Chad is still alive and stuff like that, but it's hard to, like, go back to being a good person because he's so used to being awful. But yeah, I would have liked something like that
on previous shows. And
yes.
Legacies started off on the right foot there. The main plot of season 1 Legacies begins 2 years after the events of the original's finale and begins a completely new...
Wait, what? Hold on.
...story that has no relation to either...
that scene where Caleb went into the sunlight, I don't think I've ever seen them in that joggers or something like that. I think I just, honestly, I binge watched it the whole night, so I probably don't remember a lot of stuff from it because I literally binge watched this series. Same with the originals, and try to do that with Vampire Diaries. I don't like Vampire Diaries. Because the main character. That is why I don't like it. But anyways, back to this one. Yeah, it's good to have, like, you know, sometimes you do have some sort of fan service, like you want to hear a little bit about the Michelson family, or you want to have reference back to Damon, Stefan, and Elena, or Caroline, like, you know, you want to have some of those moments. It's okay, but don't repeat events that already occurred, you know? Don't just try to make them all over again. Like, this isn't really events, but what they do with Josie and Lizzie, I don't like the fact that they made Lizzie so much like Caroline. Like, at all. But they made her even more annoying. Like, Caroline was not that bad. People who hated Caroline season 1, I don't understand, because she was not that damn bad. She was just really upbeat. But, you know, the worst thing about it was she was upbeat and mean to her mom. But that's, like, you know, it's kind of understandable. But I don't like how they made Lizzie so, like, they tried to make her so much like Caroline. And I don't like that. She's not Caroline. She's Lizzie. And so, yeah, I keep saying Lizzie. I hope her name is Lizzie. It's been a while since I've seen this series, bro.
Just like the first point, pretty early on, Legacies took...
Yes, like early when I was talking about Raphael, put him in a different, make his character even more. What I do love, though, is that Caleb was kind of like a side character. He wasn't really that as important, but they gave his character more of a story. They gave him more substance. And that is what I wanted in not only him, but Raphael as well. They gave Raphael substance, but they killed Raphael. I wanted Raphael to continue living. It's like they killed Raphael so that more characters could shine, and it weirds me out because, like, it's not like he was prohibiting all these other characters from becoming so much more. He was not. Like, you know, we could have had more from all these characters. Why end it off with Penelope? She must have wanted to leave early. You know, either that or they just didn't want her in anymore. And I don't understand that. Like, you know, why? Like, you know, why do that? But yes, give these characters more. Like, you know, we gave them more in like season 4 and shit. Like, you know, we gave Caleb a love interest. We introduced it Cleo. We introduced it a new girlfriend for Josie. Like, Josie ain't had enough fucking love interest and shit. I'm tired of it. We introduced Wade. I think that was his name. Wade. They hate on Wade so much. We also introduced. We already had Jed, but we gave Jed even more of a character arc. And I'm okay with it, but damn, it's the realization these are all some new ass characters, and we could have just had some of the characters we've been at. But nah, let's get new characters, cause like why not?
The story of two vampire brothers entering the life of a girl identical to another woman they both had strong ties with 160 years prior. If you could only define the Vampire Diaries with, say, one phrase, it would probably be brotherhood, love, and happiness. The originals were centered around power and family.
Yeah.
The phrase I would ultimately describe the entire show would be the reunification and downfall of the Michael sons.
Yes.
Legacies.
Bro, okay, so with the Vampire Diaries, one being brotherhood, love, and happiness, I find that more in the Michelson family than I do in Vampire Diaries. And I find that more in the originals than Vampire Diaries. Nah, because what they do to Stefan, what they do to Damon and Elena, oh God, what they do to Bonnie, there ain't no fucking love and happiness. They it's just terrible. They kill Stefan. They have Elena be a hoe and cheat on Stefan with his brother. They have Damon be a terrible person, but that's reoccurring. That was the most consistent thing, was that Damon was an awful person. They have Bonnie go through pain to where she can't even be with one love interest, bro. Like, why did they kill Enzo? I don't understand. With Caroline's like the best out of the damn group and stuff like that. I don't even want to mention what they did to Tyler. Tyler just dies, bro. Like, nobody gives a fuck. That was bad. And yeah, what else? I don't like Matt. Nobody likes Matt. But like, yeah, it's just, I used to like Matt. Now I see why I don't like him. But yeah, it's more in the Michelson family. I see all that. What Legacies has, I'm gonna try to think what they have to themselves. I may not have the right word for it, but I feel like Legacies has more of like rediscovery, like discovering how they truly are, and like healing. That's what I think this season has. Like, you know, we have Lizzie trying to, like, you know, she's finally discovering, like, she already knew that something was wrong and stuff like that, and that she had a lot of emotional issues she needed to deal with and stuff like that. And what she needed to do was become better, heal from that, forgive herself for all those times that have happened to where she's ruined things for herself, or things have been going on and she wasn't able to emotionally deal with them. So that's what I got from Lizzie. Hope went through so much shit, bro. It's like rediscovering all these feelings, the memories tied to them, and then healing from it. That was the whole thing in like season 4. You know, she literally lost her damn humanity because of how much shit she's having to go through. I can't even. And Landon discovering his purpose too. It's like rediscovering who he is, his purpose, healing from all the shit that's happened with Malivore, the shit that happened with his mom and stuff like that. And his purpose being helping spirits after they're like in the dead world, underworld, whatever. His whole thing. Like, you know, everybody's discovering their purpose and healing from whatever has been hurting them. That's what I get from Legacies. Like, you know, now I don't know what she's gonna say, but that's what I got. Okay, let's see what she's gonna say.
I don't know. I mean, if I had to describe the majority of the show, I could say Malivore. No, I'm kidding. But, like, seriously though, I guess it could be described as a new age for supernatural. I don't know. I'm probably
yeah.
But yeah. Okay. Point 3. Don't dawdle. In other words,
that's the type of shit I would have said. That's the type of stuff I would have said if I like wasn't so invested into this show and the entire trilogy. I would have said some shit like that. You know, what she said wasn't shit. It was just like, you know, I can relate. Like, you know, Malivore and all that stuff like that. It was annoying though. You get each new monster each week and then you realize it comes from this fucking like this mud pit. who made a baby, and the baby is one of the characters, and then that explains some of his actions, but not all of them, and then he keeps reoccurring, and then we finally see him dead, but then it's like the problem's still going on, like, dang, oh my god. Alright, let's see.
Don't waste your viewers' time. This one isn't even up for debate, as we wasted 3 seasons on a terrible villain. Point 4, raise the stakes. I don't think we need to go any further here either.
Okay, so for point 3, don't dawdle, don't waste your, like, seasons on a horrible enemy. Yeah, it could have just been more than one, but they decided to do it differently and make it like, oh, it leads all the way up to this one big bad. Like, they didn't do that in the originals, and I understand why they didn't, because, you know, it's like they had not a big bad each week, but it's like after one instance was done, it's like the past kept coming back up. That's really what was the issue in the Michelson. They're a 1,000-year-old family. The past coming back up is like one of the greatest storylines they could do that. That's the whole theme and stuff like that. They're confronting their fucking past because it's coming to them. But in this one, it's literally just a mud pit. That's the main villain. All because humans made them years ago to fight a dragon. Yeah, could we never do that again, please? Raise the stakes.
3 shows has been the tamest one. The originals rose the stakes, maybe even too much for Legacies to follow.
Not Santa, I remember that episode.
The stakes in Legacies weren't even as high as they were in the earlier seasons.
They weren't. Oh my gosh. I'm like, okay, I'm going through it. I'm gonna go through at least half of the show. I don't know if my camera's gonna turn off or not. But yeah, raise the stakes. Like, you know, make the villains actually matter. Like, even though I didn't like Inadu as much as any of the other villains in the originals, her coming back, have it be, if they kept Penelope, it would have been cool if, like, Inadu low-key went inside Penelope, or if Inadu went inside Josie, because she couldn't go back into Hope. But I understand why she can't go into other, like, witches, like, talking when she could, but she can't. You know, I understand why now, but yeah, you know, if you don't want to bring Inadu back, like, you know, bring back someone who tried to kill Hope when Hope was a kid. Like, you know, let me think of something. Hold on. One of the greatest things they did was bring back Aurora. Aurora was a good idea to bring back as well, too. But it low-key was like, she kind of, like, relapsed and stuff like that. Like, she's coming back just to fuck with Hope. And Hope ain't do nothing. So it's like, Hope, like, why are you doing this? What would have been nice is to really further explore the fact that Aurora is not the only one with a beast power. They just kind of made her like a 1,000-year-old vampire all over again. And I'm thinking, like, no, she's not still that. She used to have the beast power. All she needs to do is just die and awaken it, right? But no, they kind of make it seem like all her powers has been sucked out and put into Marcel, to where she don't even have that power anymore. I didn't think it would be that damn easy to just, oh yeah, her power's taken away, let's put it in somebody else. Like, no, it would have been cool if the whole plot line was that Aurora is purposely trying to have somebody kill her, and she wanted the Michelson family to do it, kind of to get a final revenge. Like, you know, Hope, like, finally kills her, and then she awakens as the beast. And so they bring back Marcel because he has to, like, he's the only one really strong enough, so they have to find a way to kill him. And I want it to be like, I don't even want it to be any of the main characters. I want it to be like Penelope studying this shit, and so she finds a way to do it. Like, I like Penelope. I just want them to bring back Penelope. I want them to bring back Raphael more than anything. But damn, it would have been cool if they brought back Penelope too. Like, some of the OG. Like, you know, I liked some of them OG characters.
Compare the 2 shows to understand what, as they were in the earlier seasons of the Vampire Diaries.
Yeah. Okay.
There are many points.
I gotta explain this moment.
And compare the
Bro,
shows
okay.
I
gotta explain this moment, right? I'm getting too hyped. I gotta explain this moment, right? So we got Ethan, right? He discovered that MG was a vampire and all that stuff like that. They were being like superhero type of dudes and stuff like that. One thing is, it's been some time, so I'm kind of low-key not admitting it as good. Something happened. Ethan left, right? And so MG was going to find him. He found where he was at. And he literally, like, bro, their relationship was the fucking best to me. It was the best. This was, like, right after, like, MG was in disagreements with the entire group. Something happened, I think, and they saw him as a liar and wasn't really cool with him, including Caleb. So he wasn't that close with Caleb anymore. So he was talking more to Ethan. And so this moment was strong as fuck for me. The dude could have died, bro. He ran across the fucking lake just to find where this dude was at. How much of friend goals can you get? It's not even friend goals. It's giving something further, but people would be mad if I said what it was. But it's giving that. And it's like, bro, that moment was just so, it was strong as fuck to me. I really like that. And then they have this whole plot line where Ethan basically likes Lizzie and then they get together. While MG has been in love with Lizzie this whole time. Like, why they gotta fight over one girl when they could just go for each other? Let me continue the video.
Spin-off. On paper, when you look at Legacies, sure, it's not a model example of a flawless spin-off.
Him controlling his Reaper ways.
That should have
I called him Reaper. Was that the name for it? It's really been a while. I think it's been a year since I've been in Legacies. Almost a year. One of the greatest plot lines, too, was making MG have the same thing Stefan have. Like, you know, he's like, he can't control his bloodlust. Stefan had, like, people behind him helping him. MG did not have anybody. So the fact that he was able to control the times he did was crazy to me, bro. It explains why he can't have human blood like talking with. What would have been a cool plotline, though, was to have it be that he was having bloodlust and the person he was about to kill was like Ethan or some shit like that. And it took everything in him to fight it off, and then it was just like, Ethan, you're gonna have to go. And like, you know, Ethan tries to run away, and then MG gets a head start and stuff like that. And what stops MG was like Ethan, like this happens in the woods, and then Ethan's like running away from MG. He finds a road, and then suddenly it's like a car comes, and the car almost hits him, right? And then who gets out of the car is MG's fucking dad or mom and stuff like that. And they're just like, whoa, hey, are you alright? You almost got ran over. And then MG, like, he hears the voice and realizes who it is, and that's what motivates him just to not. It literally, like, he literally runs to another part of the woods because he doesn't want to kill both Ethan and his dad. Like, yeah, so he finally learns somewhat of a willpower and stuff like that. So that would have been a cool story to put into it. Like, you know, that would have been nice. But I already like how they did MG's story anyway. I really liked it.
Given its strong basis to stand on. Now, if you've watched the show, you know that in terms of being a quote on.
I don't think I recorded that part, but she said as for a good spinoff, it failed. That hurts. There is a lot to work on this though, so I understand what she means. She's low-key right, like kind of right, like actually probably is right. There's a lot to work on when it comes to this very thing, you know, and I'm making up all these ideas of what I would love to have seen, but I know I'm not no like story writer. I can't even write a full like story on Wattpad without getting anxiety and be like, bro, I'm not doing this right, and then like not going back to it for like what, a year, and then coming back the next year only to have it repeat. So I'm not no good story writer. I'm not like, I can't draw out the scenes, like, you know, I can't plan out how they would directly go into the series. I can't do all that, but I know what I would have liked to seen, and the parts they showed me, it could have done way better, I gotta admit.